Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. In today's video I am going to be doing a look using the new Oden'S Merry Christmas palette. It is absolutely beautiful. This is what the inside of the palette looks like. This is one of them. They also have like a Christmas Eve palette, but this is the one that called to me the most because of these top two rows. I love these greens and I think that there's so many beautiful golds in here. So I picked up the Merry Christmas palette. I had an excellent experience with customer service. It shipped really fast and I also got like a keychain with it. So another good experience with Oden'S. I'm going to pop up a video of some just kind of like showcasing the palette up close, some swatches, but honestly like my first impressions on swatching them. This is like, Oden'S has a really good formula, but in my opinion, this formula, there's just something like extra special in here. The shimmers are very shifty, sparkly, they're very thin but yet smooth. The only one that is kind of like a thicker texture is this one right here. But honestly, like, and the mattes are so creamy, very pigmented. I love Oden'S formula, but like I said, there's just something extra special about what they did with the Merry Christmas formula. It is absolutely incredible. So I'm going to zoom you in and we can get ready for this look. Okay, so now that we are nice and zoomed in, I'm ready to jump into this absolutely beautiful palette. This is not in like pristine condition because I've already swatched it, but yeah, let's just jump into it. I'm going to first start off with this shade right here just because it's kind of like a transition shade for me, a little bit warmer, but very pigmented. If you do decide to pick up this palette, go in very softly into each shade because the formula is incredibly soft and you get lots of kick up in the pan just because the formula, like I said, it's very creamy, it's very soft pressed and extremely pigmented. And I'm going to just work that on both eyes, but it blends out super fast. I love this shade so much. Do the same thing over here. It's more of like a warm tone brown, but still very beautiful. Now that that shade is laid down, I'm going to go in with this beautiful green shade right here. Y'all know I had to pop into it. I love greens and this one just looks so fun. It is kind of crazy. So I've had a few new palettes get to me, like this one I've had for a little while, and I just have been like so uninspired to play with the new makeup. I have been rotating the makeup I have currently in my collection. I use all my Natasha Denona palettes, all my Pat McGrath, and all of my Adept Cosmetics palettes so far. Each day I just get a new one and I just kind of like rotate through the brand and then move on to the next. Wow, that shade mixed with the brown kind of makes it crunchy and I love it. But yeah, so whenever I got this palette, it really inspired me to create this video, make some reels with it, because like I said, I've just kind of been in a rut where I just haven't been playing with new makeup. I've just been enjoying like what I have because it can be so overwhelming with all the new makeup, but this one like I was really excited about. And you know what's ironic? I feel like come Christmas, because this is the Merry Christmas palette, it's going to be considered old. So definitely look in your collection. Don't forget to show love to palettes that you already have. But I'm really loving how that combo with that like warm tone brown and this green has paired together. I like how they look on one another, layered beautifully. Now I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm just going to pop in with a shimmer. Let's see. There's this one. Okay, I'm going to show you the three. This one by far is the one that intrigues me the most. I'm probably going to use that in the inner corner. But this shade and this shade, I need to use it. So first I'm going to go in with the shade Jingle Bell. It's just so beautiful. I got this palette, like I said, mainly because of the top two rows. But I have the Natasha Denona Gold palette, like the larger one. And some of these shimmers kind of remind me of those. These are better by far. But I just, you know, they kind of give me that vibe, and I really wanted to get this palette because I love the gold palette so much. And this one just, I don't know, it's really inspiring. How beautiful is that? Do the same thing over here. I do not have any glitter glue down, just using my finger, not wetting a brush or anything like that. So you could get these even more impactful. I'm going to go in with the shade Snowman next. It's got like a translucent base almost with like green and blue sparkles. It looks like it's going to be a beautiful topper to add extra pop Yes, definitely obsessed with that shade. Oh, so, so beautiful. For the inner corner, you know I have to go in with that beautiful multi-chrome. It's so pretty, I just have to. And I'm just going to pop that right on the inner corner. Let's see. Wow. Like in the camera, I see like a vibrant orange, pinky, reddish hue. But like in my mirror, I see green. It's amazing. I love multi-chromes. They are so, so much fun. Like, oh, I love it. I love that shade. For the lower lash line, I'm going to go back into the shade Gingerbread and just run that all along. It would be very Christmassy if I did like a pop of red or something like that, but I'm just going to add the brown and maybe some of this like deeper red on the outer corner. But if you just like do green and then put red on the bottom or vice versa, it would be very Christmassy. Because I don't know how I feel about mixing green and red. But that's like how I would do it. I would do green on the top and then red on the bottom. I wouldn't mix the two, but you do you. Okay, so on the outer corner, I'm going to mix Hot Cocoa, which it's not like a brown. So it's definitely, let's see, let me get on the eye. It looks like a brick red. Yeah. It definitely has some hints of brown, but it's bread took over this shade. But still very, very beautiful. Ooh, it looks red on the camera, but kind of like in person. Has a hint of brown, but yeah, it's red. What am I talking about? Wow, these mattes are blending effortless. Like, literally no effort. Just, oh, so easy. I'm kind of wanting to put Christmas tree in the outer corner just ever so slightly to kind of deepen it up. I'm going to mix it with that brown. Just a touch. So now I'm just using the black in the palette to go over my liner, and I love their blacks. I'm so glad that they included this shade because they have the best black formula in my collection. I really do love it, and I'm about to hit pan in the Soul Mane 2 palette because that black is like my go-to, so I'm really glad that they incorporated it in here, and I'm just kind of like putting that on the lower lash line to kind of smoke it out as well. Okay guys, so this is the finished look. I absolutely love it. So I'm going to zoom you out and give you my first impressions on this palette. Okay, so it's no surprise, I really, oh, there we go. I really enjoyed this palette. I love the packaging. I think it is so beautiful, and there's so much detail. Like, there's a lot going on. And whenever you open it, I like how you get this beautiful mirror inside, and these formulas. It's like such a nice size palette. I really do love it. I like how they also have it laid out where it's your greens and some of your like blue tone greens and then your warm tones. It's such an amazing palette as far as the formula goes. Like I said, these shimmers are very, very sparkly. A lot of them have shifts in there as well. This shade down here almost feels wet. It's a very special formula from Oden'S. I don't know if I have a shade quite like this from them in my collection, but as far as the shimmers go, they are all very beautiful. But I will say you will need like some kind of glitter glue or maybe wet your brush so you don't get fallout, because I did get some fallout, but that's standard. I just use my finger, so just use something wet to make it adhere to the lid better so it will stay on all day. And as far as the mattes go, they are very soft, so just barely go into it. That way you don't get a ton of kick up and ruin your shadow. But I'm obsessed with the formula. It's really, really good. Just keep in mind, this is my first look. I've only swatched it other than playing with these shades, but I'm very familiar with Oden'S formula, and this is a good one from them. There's just something extra with this formula they did. I don't know what it is, but I hope they continue to use whatever magic is in this palette. I cannot believe that I almost skipped on this palette because, like I said before, there's just been so many new releases. A lot of them I have been skipping just because I'm falling in love with my old favorites. But I saw some looks with this palette and swatches. I was like, those shimmers are so beautiful. I need them in my life. I'm so glad that I picked up this palette, and like I said, I had excellent customer service experience with Oden'S like I always do. They package their products so lovely. So I do recommend this palette if you want to give it a go. Don't forget to use influencer's code. Always use code Heather to save some money. I know that this palette's out of stock, but they opened up a pre-order. I don't know how long that's going to be open, but I'll leave in the description box if it's sold out, if the pre-order's open, things like that. But just keep in mind, if you, like, let's say you don't want to buy this palette, because like I said, by the time Christmas comes, this palette's going to be old news. So don't feel pressured to buy it, but just know if you are interested, this formula is very special. So I think that if you do decide to buy it, you're going to love it. But just know you can always go in your collection and use some products that you are loving. But yeah, definitely another good one from Oden'S. Anyways, guys, that's going to wrap it up for today's video. Wherever you are in the world, I hope you're doing well. I hope that you are healthy, happy, and safe. Stay beautiful. Bye, guys.